Hello and welcome to the Emirates Stadium. Hello and welcome as Burnley come out of the tunnel first. Of course, it's still social distance. There were 2,000 Arsenal fans inside the ground tonight. So the Clarets, in a lot of respects, had a bit of a disadvantage, really, because obviously for obvious reasons, government restrictions and everything like that in this country, no one from Tier 2 or Tier 3 rather could come forward to Tier 2, which I think is a bit ridiculous. But anyway, never mind. Arsenal coming out as well. We'll bring you the two lineups in just a minute. But first of all, before I continue with this, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that supported me. I am sorry about last night's game. It didn't go according to plan. When the stream breaks down what it did, it was a frustration, let me tell you. So I just want to put it out there on record as apologising for that, and hope you guys understand my predicament I was in there, because we didn't, and as a result I have absolutely given the technical guys the sharpest end of my tongue, and hope that hopefully we'll have a stress-free sort of game tonight. Well, not if you're a Burnley fan, I suppose, in which I number myself one, but I'm here in a commentary capacity. But I'll try and call it as I see it, and I'll try to be as unbiased. Unfortunately, Mike can't join us tonight. We were going to do the stream on the PlayStation, but unfortunately he's had one or two problems with his PlayStation, so unfortunately we couldn't do the commentary with him tonight. But it's just me, and hopefully we'll have 3 more live games for you as well coming up as well in the not too distant future. Rightio then, right. Without further ado, let me give you the two lineups before we kick off here. Teams have just shook hands. This is the only important thing news. Arsenal at 15th position at start of play. Lineup as follows. Leno is in goal. Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney. El Neni, Xhaka, Willian, Lacazette, Xhaka and Aubameyang complete the lineup. On the bench for Arsenal, Renison, Ceballos, Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, Joe Willock, Nketiah and Smith-Rowe. And if you're wondering where Pepe is, he's obviously suspended, of course. He obviously got that red card and saw the red mist at Leeds, of course, so he doesn't feature tonight. This back to it's their worst start, Arsenal, since 1981-82, as the referee Graham Scott of Oxford just conducts the toss-up. The coin toss there. Burnley lineup as follows: Nick Pope in goal, Matt Lowton, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee and Charlie Taylor, as you would expect at the back. Robbie Brady continues on the right. He scored last week, of course, in the game that you heard against Everton. Westwood and Brownhill, the two central midfielders. McNeil on the left, and Jay Rodriguez kicks his place in preference to Ashley Barnes and Matty Vidra alongside Chris Wood. On the bench for the Clarets, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, Ashley Barnes, Eric Peters, Matty Vidra, Kevin Long, Jimmy Dunn and Josh Benson. The referee today, or tonight rather for this one tonight, is Graham Scott of Oxfordshire. His assistants are Neil Davis and Richard West. Fourth official tonight is Stuart Atwell. And the VAR referee will be David Coote. And assistant VAR, Nick Hopton. Burnley changed shirts tonight of dark, in the dark shirts, of course, avoiding a kick clash. And what a man under pressure Mikel Arteta is, because East Side really have struggled. 13 points they've only garnered from this season so far. A far cry from when they won the FA Cup late last season. Nice social distance there. 2,000 Arsenal fans I can see over on the far side. We'll put Burnley at a bit of a disadvantage. My view on the crowd is good to see them back, by the way, but also I think that it should have applied for all clubs. I think Tier 3 sides like Manchester United, Burnley, Leeds and the Midland clubs and the Manchester clubs and Newcastle have really missed out there. And it's always down to the Southerners, isn't it? But anyway, Burnley in the old dark shirts get us away. And also we've got Russ on. Russ down at the King Power tonight because for regular updates, Leicester against Brighton, who are kicking off exactly the same time. Referee Graham Scott from Oxfordshire waiting to get us underway. There's a little bit of a delay here as we start. And in just a second or two, the game will kick off. They take the knee for obvious reasons and get a good round of applause, certainly for the Arsenal contingent anyway. I'm sure that was for both sides. And away we go then. Burnley kicking off in those dark shirts In fact, it's an all dark strip tonight, and it also bears the old club badge, of course, that was just discontinued in 2009, as sort of embroidered on it. It's a smart kit, but Burnley don't seem to do well in darker shirts, but we'll find out. But at least we got a little bit of atmosphere in the ground. And I've got a little bit of a cold, but I'm okay. Anyway, here's Hector Bellerin. Now, if you're a keen-eyed follower of Arsenal Fan TV, you would have known that one of the supporters that appeared on that show, DT, was very scathing last week in Bellerin's performance when they lost here last week. But it's their 13th ever meeting. In the 12 games before that, Arsenal had 10 victories. Burnley yet to win in Premier League against them, and 2 draws. And for the Burnley's last win, I don't wish to sound pessimistic, fellow Clarets out there, but the last victory we had away at Arsenal, at either the Emirates or Highbury, their former ground, was 1974-75, August to be exact, 1-0. Peter Noble scored. Arsenal's last 5, 1 loss, drawn, loss. Lost 2-0, of course, at Tottenham Hotspur last week. Mike's not with us tonight, Sue, I'm afraid. His PlayStation has taken a long time to sort things out, so he messaged me about 3 o'clock explaining the reasons why. So it's just me on solo commentary tonight, but we'll try and bring you a very good commentary all the same. And hopefully, and I just want to apologise, Sue, for the technical errors that we encountered last night, which meant we had to bail out of the commentary, which was really, really frustrating for me. And I was off there absolutely bawling my eyes out. Couldn't believe it. And we really missed a shocker last night. As a long ball forward, not forward there. Liverpool, just to remind you what happened in the earlier games. Southampton blew away a very appalling Sheffield United side 3-1. 3-0 rather this afternoon. Southampton up to third. Well, they were up to third at that time. Tottenham were held to a 1-1 draw by Crystal Palace. Jeff Schrupp getting a late goal after Harry Kane had put Tottenham in front. And another 1-1 draw at the Craven Cottage as Fulham drew 1-1 with Liverpool. Good result that for Fulham. Bobby Reed with the first goal, and then Mo Salah with a late equaliser, giving Jurgen Klopp's side a precious point. So maybe it's a good thing that Liverpool dropped points on the same weekend as sort of Spurs and Chelsea have also dropped points. Of course, Chelsea coming a cropper at Goodison Park last night, and Spurs, of course, dropping points at Crystal Palace this afternoon. And the other match kicking off at just kicked off and will be probably about 2 or 3 minutes in themselves is Brighton against as that cross comes in from Bellerin, gets a big deflection. Taylor heads that one away. 3 minutes gone. Any goals that go in, by the way, at Brighton? Ross will keep us up to date. He is our man at the KP tonight. And of course, after the game, Chris Whiteman's channel will have episode 3 of the Wave and Rest series, that brilliant Formula One series. Don't forget to tune into Chris's channel after we finished here at just gone 9 o'clock tonight. And I want you to all go over to Chris's channel and enjoy that. Of course, we've got Trevor Walker commentating as well. I'm sure Trevor will be on a little bit later on. Apparently, I read somewhere on Instagram or Twitter before I came on the air that he's been practicing to make Christmas dinner for his missus. So that could end in disaster for him. But no, I wish him well with that. But anyway, we're just seeing there. No Nicola Pepe, as I said at the start, because of suspension. As there's a long ball up there towards Aubameyang, who's got a good record against the Clarets, and he's playing in there towards number 7, Saka, but he's lost possession. And the referee deciding to play an advantage in Burnley's favour here. And here come Burnley now looking up towards Chris Wood, who stayed on side here. Flag stays down. Rodriguez is in the middle. Brady, who scored last week against Everton, finds McNeil. Still over on the right-hand side here for the Burnley. Remember, 1974, you have to go back to the last time that Burnley last won at Arsenal. It was at the Road Highbury ground. As I said, Peter Noble. The late, great Peter Noble, of course. famously won the League Cup in his Swindon days in the late 60s. 69, I remember. 69, I'm sure Sue will remember those days. I don't wish to make you feel old, Sue, but I'm sure you remember that day for Swindon Town, Peter Noble, when they won the League Cup against Arsenal, 3-1. Don Rogers, that's another name from the past, with 2 goals. Bobby Gould with the Arsenal reply, but in one of their most humiliating cup final defeats. Of course, they had one about 10 years ago to Birmingham City, and everyone laughed then. Don't forget to keep commenting on the comment section, of course. And of course, as ever, keep your comments clean and keep them above board. And of course, we'll have the JB Man in the match in full swing tonight. And of course, we'll have another 3 matches for you in midweek, of course. Yeah. Sue says, yeah, I saw Trevor's tweet about the roast dinner. Funny, wasn't it? Well, Trevor, as you might have heard from the cricket commentaries that I have with him on his channel, so he's one of the most funniest, wittiest guys I think I've ever come across on YouTube, and I think he's an absolute legend. We're hoping to add him to the commentary team, and we're looking as well in the new year to cover 8 FA Cup ties. It's very ambitious. We want to make the FA Cup coverage better than what we have done before. And with no replays, we have to try and enhance the competition some way. So we are going to try and get Mike as well as a 5th commentator in the new year. And hopefully have a 5-bomb commentary team. It also includes CW by the time the European Championships come round, which will be streaming a lot of the bigger games here on JB Sports for you to enjoy, streaming live commentaries. And hopefully, with a bit of luck, Trevor and I will be doing the presenting as well as the commentary. Anyway, here come Arsenal with Aubameyang towards the edge of the area. Danger here for the Carrots, but the cross in there from Tierney is knocked away there by Tarkowski. Of course, yeah, Trevor is a natural, so there's no doubt about that. 7 minutes gone here at the Emirates Stadium here in North London, a very cold North London. We've got it lucky here as far as the weather's concerned. Poor old Russ at Leicester has got it very bad. He's got the torrential downpour at the moment. Hopefully they'll give him some goals and entertainment at Leicester to really cheer him up. And there's no fans there tonight between Leicester and Brighton. So hopefully he'll have a few goals to talk about for us. That'll really cheer him up as Willian gets the crossing here towards the penalty area. Out comes Nick Pope and takes that very comfortably indeed. No problem at all. Just gone after 7 minutes of the first half and still 0-0 as Wood tries to hold it up with the cards. His first touch was very heavy. Comes straight to Granit Xhaka, who in turn finds Gabriel. Has probably been one of Arsenal's better success stories this season. Arsenal really haven't hit any top form. I thought they were going to be a decent side when they went to Old Trafford a couple of months ago and beat Manchester United in their own backyard. And they didn't. And it's sad, really, to see a club like Arsenal. But it has been a mess for so many years, even in the later years under Wenger. Anyway, here's McNeil prodding forward. And again, they're just going backwards here, Burnley. Just trying to soak up, get a little bit of possession now. Just move it forward. But it just seems to be going backwards here, the Clarets. This is one of the most annoying things about watching them a little bit. They will come in at home. Even at home, they do go back into their shell a little bit. Nick Pope and an old blue goalkeeper kick this afternoon or this evening. Kicks a long ball forward. And our technical boys are up to their old tricks once again. So we're having 1 or 2 gremlins once more. Well, it's still 0-0, but I'm hearing sound on my headphones, but no moving pictures, I'm afraid. But I can tell you it's still 0-0 as things stand. And the pictures have started moving again. And there was an offside play as we rejoined it. And there's a little bit of a scuffle going on there between Brownhill and I think it's El Neni. And, well, El Neni is not one of those players that I like. You know, don't stand any nonsense. Josh Brownhill, good player. Has had a good stellar career before he came to Burnley at Preston before that, and Bristol City, a very, very sound midfielder. And a bit of a comedy of errors there as Mee hits it off Tarkowski on the near side, and it will be a corner. Not sure Tarkowski knew much about it. Ben Mee should have probably took an extra touch and then gave himself room. Tarkowski giving him the third degree. Or was it the other way around? Let's have a look at it again. Well, I'm sorry. Ben Mee there should be a little bit annoyed. I think Tarkowski will be a little bit annoyed with Ben Mee there. I think he should have tried to be a bit more coy about things instead of trying to hump the thing out of play. Anyway, here comes the corner then. William to float it in. Oh, he's gone short this time. Into Bellerin. Bellerin back. And here's William again. Back to Bellerin. Will he get the cross in? Doesn't look confident at all. Maybe DT on Arsenal Fan TV was probably right about him. He doesn't look as if he wants to cross the ball. And when he gets the ball, he looks like a rabbit in the headlights. And, well, there you go. Are the Clarets walking backwards for Christmas? I don't know. I'd like us to go a bit forward before Christmas and get 3 more points. 3 against Arsenal would be fantastic. Now, if you were eagle-eyed and tuned into Trevor's Match of the Day programme on Friday night, in the simulated world, Burnley won 2-0. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if Burnley were to win 2-0 here tonight, or even win at all, and it would, maybe Trevor Sports might be a lucky omen maybe for Burnley going forward in real life as well as in the virtual world. We're actually doing better on Trevor's virtual Premier League than we are in the actual Premier League thing, which is quite an outstanding little statistic there. We've got a sports night coming up on Wednesday. There'll be no commentaries on this channel on Wednesday because we've got sports night, and I'm doing the commentary. I'm doing the commentary of that one. At the moment, we're just having 1 or 2 problems again, and we're going to have to just pause for a second. I'm sorry. Can we? Sorry, Ross. Can you take him off? That is a horrible, horrible thing to say. If you're not going to say out about the football, don't bother being with us at all. You're not here. We're not here to. We're not here to listen. We're not having that sort of stuff on my channel. In fact, we're going to put. As we just try and find again, we've got hopefully some moving pictures now. Well done, Ross. I'm sorry, but that is not what I want to hear or see. We are a family program. No talk about slime or anything like that. It's a football stream. Talk about football. As the ball comes in, 1! Oh, he should have scored 6 yards out. He was onside. Chris Wood, what an opportunity. The ball came into the penalty area from the left-hand side here. Rodriguez holds it up well, went to Brady here, and he spotted the run of Wood, and the flag stayed down. Oh, and he knows what a chance this is. Free header, Arsenal at 6s and 7s at the back. Those are the sort of chances Chris Wood has really got to take, really. Arsenal do not look sound at all at the back. I've seen them a couple of times. They didn't look great against Tottenham or against Dundalk in the week. In fact, I watched highlights of their match in Ireland, and I wasn't impressed with their defending at all here, Arsenal. But Chris Wood there had all the time in the world. And the only explanation, or the only thing I can say in his defence there is he must have miscued the header, because I think he was attempting to head it back across the goal as opposed to Leno's left-hand post. I think he was trying to nod it towards the right of goal. And he scored the most headed goals. In fact, he's joined up with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Harry Kane on 14 each. That's since the start of 2017-18 season. So that's going back just over 3 seasons. But that was a presentable chance for Chris Wood. And now Burnley could be in trouble as Lacazette breaks through the middle. He tries to get past Brownhill, but Brownhill stats back at him and gets a very good challenge in. Very impressive there, Josh Brownhill. Lacazette, no slouch. Over short distances, he can run, Lacazette, but Brownhill really put in the hard graft there. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0 in the Premier League. We've had nearly a quarter of an hour gone here live on JB Sports. The first of 4 live commentaries this next few days. We've got 2. Hopefully, we'll have a 2-bomb on one of the midweek games. No match on Wednesday. Might do a 6 o'clock match, but we don't want to interfere with Trevor's broadcast because I'm on it. So we don't want to interfere with that. Ben Mears gone down here. That could be a problem. Ben Mears. He's up on okay. He was just down there for a few seconds and had me and a few Burnley press backs a little worried. But Ben Mears a tough character. He's made us stir stuff. Ben Mears, he has been for the decade or so he's been at there. He's clattered into one of the Arsenal players purely accidentally, of course, but he's a tough cookie. We've seen that down the years, of course. Remember one goal line clearance at Reading where where he's managed to hit where the ball hits him in the face, and somehow it just ricocheted off his face and over the top. One of the best goal line clearances in nearly 35 years of watching football, man and boy. I think I've ever in over 30 years of watching football, man and boy. I think I've ever seen, but. No, I've seen some very, very good clearances. I remember one such occasion at when Burnley played Wolves in what was then the old First Division when Dean West cleared off the line to stop Daniel Sturridge in a game that I'd rather forget. Burnley, the highlights of that game are actually on my YouTube channel. Burnley 2, Wolves 3. Game best remembered. Well, not best remembered really for the wrong reasons. Burnley, I remember having a goal, perfectly good Gareth Taylor goal disallowed for a foul on the goalkeeper. Then Dean Sturridge scored a goal that was about 3 yards offside. We went on to lose 3-2, and also Alan Moore, our left midfielder at the time, was wrongly sent off by Neil Barry, who had a shocker that day at Turf Moor nearly 20 years ago, and even in the 18 years that have passed since then, I still look at it now and think that should never have been allowed. Those decisions should never have been allowed to happen. Anyway, here back in the real world, it's Bellerin trying the shot, well blocked by the Burnley defence. It will be an Arsenal corner. Josh Brownhill in the way there. Bellerin just winding up with a right foot from something like 30 yards distance as he struck it. Brownhill threw himself in the path of the ball, and it doesn't seem to be none the worse for that challenge, and it's a corner kick now to Arsenal. William to take it from the right-hand side, the flick on there, but it's away by Burnley. It's El Neni rather. Him and David Luiz have similar facilities of hair. A couple of Arsenal players went tumbling, but there was nothing illegal about the challenges from Burnley. David Luiz picks up the loose ball inside his own half and gets it back to Bernd Leno. But Burnley have got a real opportunity here. If they can keep it tight at the back, they know they're going to get a couple of 2 or 3 more chances, possibly to add to the one that Chris Wood gets. So, providing they can stay tight at the back for the rest of the game here, they might have a chance to nick something here. Who knows? But we're still a long way away. We've only had 18 minutes and we're waxing lyrical, possibly getting a point. But remember, they're going to the game 2 points behind Fulham, so they could do with a win, really, to get themselves out of the bottom 3. A win will take them out of the bottom 3. Be a nice, timely win here. I think they're overdue a win here in North London at Arsenal. Haven't won since the early opening month of the 1974-75 season. So, well over nearly 45 years since they won here at Arsenal. So, all wrong runs have to come to an end. Ended up 10 years ago, 33 years. They were out the top flight 4, got back again, got relegated, had 4 years in the Championship, came back again, had 1 year back in the Championship, come back again, and stayed up ever since. So Burnley have been a little bit of a yo-yo club over the last sort of decade or more, but they have spent a lot of the last decade in the Premier League as Pope comes well off limits, but does the decent thing and just hooks it into that social distance Arsenal crowd on the far side as he came hurtling out towards the left-hand side out of his box and gives Arsenal a throw-in, level with the 18-yard box of Burnley on the left-hand side. Real taken there to Saka. Saka gets the cross in. Does it deflect? No, he didn't. Well, might have done, actually. Looks like they're lining up for a corner. Indeed, they are. Graham Scott, the referee, on the spot. And William running forward again to get the corner taken very quickly. Wearing number 12, of course, ex-Chelsea. And Coming up towards 20 minutes. Can Arsenal get themselves the... Oh, no. Header away from Brady from the left-hand side. Bellerin now. Will he try and have the confidence to cross? No. He finds Tierney. Arsenal going a bit backwards at the moment, yeah. And they do look aside that when one or two of their side get the ball, they do look like rabbits in the headlights and just want to pass it on to the next player very quickly. That's what they're doing now. As the ball is spreaded in there. Header one inside the penalty area. And over the top, I think it might have been Rob Holding in there. It was. Holding just heading it by the penalty spot, the left-hand, crossing from the left-hand side here. I think it was Saka with the cross. And yes, it was Holding just a couple of yards in front of the penalty spot. So something like 14 yards out he headed it. I think it would have taken a lot too early to have hit the target and scored from there. You don't see many headers scored from 16 yards out. Who said 16 years then? But no, not only that, Nick Pope wouldn't have been troubled in the slightest. However, his goal kick has been poor, but I think that pass is poor as well. And Tarkowski clearly got the ball as he and the referee was no more than 2 yards away, and he was Johnny on the spot as well at the moment. 0-0 here. If you just joined us, 21 minutes gone. Burnley have missed the biggest chance of the game so far. Around about 5 or 6 minutes ago, Chris Wood from Brady's cross on the right, free header from 6 yards, should be scoring for me. And Arsenal really just had an header from 16 yards over from centre-back Rob Holding. Haven't really created any clear-cut opportunities, the Gunners, and well, it'll be concerning. If you don't tune to AFTV, they'll have a very, very naughty vibes. Especially when that DT gets going. He doesn't half swear for England. But anyway, here on this very clean YouTube channel, Burnley are holding their own here. As McNeil wins a nice little diving header on halfway, and he finds Ben Mee superbly. Then Taylor goes back to Mee, who in turn goes back to Pope. Now, what's his kick like? The only criticism of Nick Pope's game is his distribution. I still think that needs a little bit of work on. His shot stopping, however, is world class. 22 minutes gone here, coming up towards the halfway mark of the first half. And Burnley, in a sort of a partisan atmosphere because there's no Burnley fans here. Every supporter you see on the far side are all Arsenal fans. But they're holding their own here at the Emirates. I nearly said Highbury. And imagine scoring a header in 16 years. Quite so, quite. Anyway, here's... the ball over him. Dwight McNeil takes possession from the left-hand side, running in field. Still Dwight McNeil looking to one of the all-comers, and he tries to chip the goalkeeper. I think it might have been a little bit of a cross-come shot there towards possibly Jay Rodriguez, who was waiting in the centre, but it goes into touch. And a bit of a respite, really. It was nice to see Burnley there have a go, and it's good to see Dwight McNeil. Okay, the end product wasn't there, but he's going back to the days when he first broke into the side and I remember him making his first starts at West Ham and then at Huddersfield and seeing him having done commentary on both those games, and especially at Huddersfield, he really ran the show on that left-hand side at the John Smiths that night as Pope kicks away out of his goal with a couple of Arsenal players converging on him like tigers. 23 and a half minutes gone. We're way past the halfway mark of the first half, and Burnley have still got their clean sheet intact, but they have missed the best chance of the game. Live on JB Sports. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0, and hopefully we'll have a few more midweek Premier League games as well to come your way. Hopefully we'll have at least one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday and possibly one on Thursday. Might do one of the 6 o'clock games on Wednesday to avoid Trevor Sports. Paul says, you're doing a great job on the commentary, JB, given all that fog. Well, it's better than having the rain, I suppose. Are they using the orange ball? No, they've got there's no orange ball. It's a fluorescent ball that they use during the winter, Paul, in the Premier League. They obviously have the white ball for the first 2 months of the season, then midway through October, so possibly early March, they use the fluorescent yellow ball, which is clearly identified, and at the moment, I think it's serving its purpose. No need for an orange ball. There's a tinge of orange on the ball, actually, as that Arsenal free kick is floated in, but Lawton deals with that well on the far side. Nuke Caton is on tonight, and he says, good evening. Hello, Nuke Caton. Nice to have you with us tonight. Don't forget, later on, CW's channel, after we're finished here, episode 3 of his Raven West series, the Formula 1 series, with Trevor Walker doing the commentary. Trevor Sports, of course. Our friend Trevor Sports, who in Trevor Walker's style, will be doing the commentary. So go and check out Chris's channel if you can after the game here. 25 gone here. And if you just joined us, Burnley have missed the biggest chance so far of the game. I have to say also, Paul, just going back to what you were saying a minute ago, actually the lights are very bright here at the Emirates, so it's a commentator's dream here. Oh dear me, Leno making almost a hash of that, and Gabriel making an hash of the clearance, hitting the defence, I think it was Jay Rodriguez, and out for a goal kick. Well, Arsenal are making really, really big problems for themselves here. And when I looked at what Arsenal Fan TV were talking about after the defeat at Tottenham last week, I can see why they are not happy, because Arsenal look like scared rabbits in headlights at the moment. And you can see why they are 15th with only 13 points this season. Has been a goal down up at the King Power, and as expected, it's gone to Leicester. James Maddison, after 27 minutes, he went down, he fired home from the edge of the area. James Justin had crossed in as Willian now gets possession again. Dangerously plays it across his own 6-yard box, and just about finds Gabriel, plays an awful pass there into the path of Lawton. And Burnley now being gifted possession here by Arsenal. It's really, really tough going at the moment. Although Luke Caton reckons that Arsenal will still get a point. He also predicts a 2-1 Leicester win in the other match we're keeping our eye on, as Leno gets possession and this time puts his foot through it. But at the moment, I've not been impressed with Arsenal at all. Their work looks very off the pace. You look at that compared to what Burnley are doing at the moment. They are working so hard and making it hard for Burnley, for Arsenal rather. Burnley, they're doing really well and they're sticking to their guns and they're doing very, very well. But Arsenal now are on the charge with Lacazette, 25 from goal. The edge of the penalty area, and the ball breaks down kindly for Arsenal. Lacazette, and he saved it. And Nick Pope has just made an absolutely stunning save. Best chance that Arsenal have fashioned. Lacazette with the right foot prod from about 7 or 8 yards out, and Nick Pope somehow got his body in the way and made an absolute stunning save there to keep Burnley in it at 0-0. This is Relian now on the right-hand side. Back to Hector Bellerin. Now El Neni. Saka around the corner to Aubameyang. Tierney has it now on the left-hand side. The former Celtic man absolutely whips Lowton for pace, but then hits his cross against Brady. And it's a corner to Arsenal, who are just started after a little bit of a tentative 27 minutes or so, just starting to crank up the pressure a little bit on Burnley. Kieran Tierney with the cross. There was a half a shout for handball, but it definitely hit Robbie Brady's rib, and it's behind for a corner. Keep your comments keen, of course. Goes without saying, JB Man in the match will be back with you. Russ is keeping you up to date with events at Leicester. They're 1-up. Madison with the goal. Here comes William with another corner. Again, Brady up the near post, winning the first header and winning it well. But Arsenal can reload here with Tierney, who's just gone to the right-hand side from these predominant left position. And here come Arsenal again. The cross comes in. It's too deep, surely. And Taylor, not knowing, we couldn't take the risk with Aubameyang close at hand. But I feel that he should have left that for me. But this is the opportunity for Lacazette. It was a lovely 1-2 here with, I think it was Tierney there with the ball back. And then that was a great save. Point-blank range. And then Brownhill just about doing enough there to Burnley. It was the left leg of Nick Pope, in fact, that got it out there. Burnley have got to defend it. The corner's short, and it's Willian with the corner. Goalkeeper not sure whether to stick or twist it. In the end, the header was wide from Gabriel, the centre-back, and behind for a goal kick to Burnley. And a bit of respite for the men who are predominantly nicknamed the Clarets, but are in an all-dark streak this evening. 0-0 to score as we come up towards the half-hour mark. Certainly the last 2 or 3 minutes, I think Arsenal have looked a bit better here. Arsenal have had, believe it or not, 7 attempts and have had 1 on target. But I wouldn't say they've had the better of things. Stats can be very deceiving in the game of football, especially the Opta stats. And that's not a fair reflection on how Burnley have gone about their business. They've really done terrifically well in the Brazilian Serie A. Flamengo 1, Santos 0. De Silva scoring 3 minutes from the break. Good thing about Luke Caton is he brings us results from abroad and scores from abroad. So any foreigners listening from abroad, any Brazilians listening in, we can keep you up to date with what's going on in the Brazilian league now. So, we traveled the world here on JB Sports to bring you all the scores, the latest scores from many games that are taking place at the same time as our main match, which is Burnley and Arsenal. But it's goalless here as Bellerin goes down the right-hand side. Bellerin finds Willian, still on the right-hand side, hugging the touchline, takes on McNeil, beats him, and then Bellerin I don't know what he was trying to do to take that pass, but he must have been well off balance. He doesn't look a player in really good form at the moment, Bellerin. But what I've seen of him for the 30-odd minutes I've been watching him, he does look very much a rabbit in the headlights at the moment. It's a very cold night here in the Emirates. Mercifully, it's not raining as hard as it is up in Leicester, who are leading by a goal to nil, remember? And look at that. Newcastle, so much on the ball. He's even given us a description. He's of the De Silva goal. It was a one-on-one with De Silva, hit the post and went in. And I wouldn't have described it any better myself. Meanwhile, Holding has been penalised just inside the Arsenal half, on halfway on the left-hand side for a foul on Big Chris Wood, the New Zealander, and a free kick to Burnley, which will leave a little bit of defensive tension, but might just give him a chance here to try and puncher Arsenal's defence along with it, who do not look watertight. It's got to be said now and then. What sort of ball can McNeil put in? He runs up, strikes it left-footed towards the far side. And Tarkowski got the first header in, and the referee has blown for a foul there by Tarkowski. It looks a harsh decision. There's a player down on the floor. Can't tell who it might be. Might be Tierney, actually, who's gone down. And Arsenal here they are absolutely out of order here. They're besieging Robbie Brady and Tarkowski, and they're having a right go at Brady here. And Arsenal need to shut their mouths here because this is a disgusting. They look a team out of ideas, but you can't go around blaming the opposition. They have not performed well at all, Arsenal. And Robbie Brady here, he's going to be spoken to here by Graham Scott. And who's the other player there? Argue with Gabriel, I think. Hopefully Graham Scott just says, come on, enough's enough. Now, what happened here? Well, Tarkowski here, I don't think there's anything wrong there. I think that's purely accidental. I honestly think that's not a foul. I don't think that's a foul on Tierney. I think Tierney has made an absolute meal of it. And then Robbie Brady, I don't know what happens here. Brady, what does he do here? Well, he's just, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think Saka is bang out of order there, pulling his arm. I think he's bang out of order. I think Brady was Brady's got a yellow card. That is poor from Graham Scott. That's poor. Why hasn't Saka got a yellow card either? That's a joke from Graham Scott. I'm sorry, but that's not a yellow card offence. Come on. Oh, that is pathetic. That is pathetic from Mr. Scott. How dare he? Saka was just as guilty as well. He was pulling back. There was no reason for time wasting. I don't think Brady was meant to time waste. I think that's a joke. And I think the spirit of the game has gone down the pan with these new stupid laws that David Ellery's put together. I think that's ruined the spirit of the game. And this is why modern football lacks the class of the olden days, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm afraid Arsenal have won no friends with me. And I think their gamesmanship has got Brady booked, in my opinion. Whether he was time wasting or not, that's not a bookable offence. And I think Arsenal have influenced the referee's decision there a little bit, just because I think they're a little bit frustrated. But at the moment, it's 0-0, and Leno has possession for Arsenal. And if I've offended any Arsenal fans, I'm sorry, but I think I'm just calling it as I see it. Not meant to offend you, but I'm just calling things as I see it. And I just think the spirit of the game should be applied in some of these situations and not the letter of the law. It's a joke. Half time in the Eredivisie. I think I pronounced that wrong, but in the Dutch league or Dutch top flight, it's AFC 20-0, AZ Alkmaar 2. That's a half time score in Holland. Suarez concurred, I think, with what I've just said. The referee was doing well up until that point. Now he's blotted his copybook. But if you're going to book one player, you book the other. I mean, Saka's not exactly a shrinking violet either. He was pulling Brady's arm back, and I think that's a bookable offence. If you're going to book Brady for as nothing as that, you should book Saka for as well for pulling back Brady's arm, because that was just Saka was just as guilty. Anyway, here's Willian now for Arsenal as he pulls the cross back, and again, good defending again from the Clarets. I've been very impressed by the way they've gone about their business tonight, Burnley. Rodriguez holds the ball up. Newcastle has declared himself the fixtures person for Europe, and we're happy to. Hey, listen, if it brings us more coverage around the world, I'm happy for it to happen. 10 minutes to go to half time. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Burnley will be delighted with the way that they've gone about here and have done their great performance. And of course, Everton Arsenal, one of the Saturday games at 5, and Newcastle Fulham as well. That's coming up on a television station. That's a big game down at the bottom next weekend at 11:30. Brighton against Sheffield United. Sheffield United still looking for a first win. They were beaten comprehensively on the South Coast. What a fixture that is next Sunday. Manchester United against Leeds. That will be, well, it's a shame that we won't see any fans for that one, because I tell you what, the atmosphere for that would have been white hot. No doubt about that. When United and Leeds collide, it's usually a lethal cocktail, I'm sure. But it won't feel as good as the fans. And I thought the Manchester derby was played disgracefully by both City and United. Nobody, for what I saw of it yesterday, I felt very disappointed there. They're probably trying to use the excuse of no fans there, but it's a derby match. It's still there to be won. Anyway, Arsenal in possession here with Leno. Finds Tierney now. And Burnley now need to be closing Leno down a little bit, because they will play out from the back. Leno trying to play a scoop ball over towards Saka on the far side, and he does well, and he tangles again with Brady and Westwood. And Westwood won the ball very cleanly. And Lacazette brings him down, and I think that's a good decision from the referee. I think that's a foul. Graham Scott, Johnny on the spot, no doubt about that. Lacazette can complain all he wants, but I'll tell you what, if he did the same thing at the other end and got a free kick, he wouldn't be moaning about it. Free kick to Burnley on the right-hand side. Krasnodar 5, Lokomotiv Moscow in the Russian league. That's a full time. That was from earlier on this afternoon. Tonight, after 37 minutes, it's Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. And Newcastle's right. No game with no entertainment. We've had plenty of drama here at the Emirates. No goals, but we've had plenty of excitement and plenty of talking points there. Should Brady have been booked for nothing? Well, let me know what you think about it. I'm sure you guys are watching the game at home and will be drawing your own conclusions. I'm glad Mike isn't alongside, because I think me and Mike would have had a full-on argument about that. No disrespect for Mike. I mean, a friendly argument. We'd have probably had a bit of a disagreement. I would have said Brady was in the right, and he would have said Saka was in the right. So there we go. There we go. I've also been asked to do a podcast, but I'm not sure whether to do it. I might just have a day off tomorrow and stew about things and get on with other stuff tomorrow. Anyway, back to the game here tonight. And as the ball's crossed in there too close to the goalkeeper, cross from Tierney, looking towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And he wasn't going to trouble Nick Pope too much. I mean, that was a good, clean catch there. Taken in the midriff, 39 minutes almost gone here at the Emirates Stadium. 2,000 inside. Nice to have a few supporters there. It's just a little, it's like a sprinkle at the moment. Lamia 0, Olympiakos 6. I think that's the Greek league. So Olympiakos winning 6-0. And Scorpio, one of Trevor Sports' loyal subscribers, will be delighted at that. That's his team. If you're a viewer of Trevor's Champions League coverage, which I'm a part of, you'll understand Scorpio is a very big Olympiakos fan. So they're 6-0 up in the Greek league. 1-0 in the Premier League to Leicester. 0-0 here in the game that we're bringing to you live and for free. You don't have to pay to watch this. Here's Jay Rodriguez, or to listen to this. Jay Rodriguez going forward. Of course, you can't watch it because we're commentating on it. It's been another development at Leicester. I'll bring you up to date. I'm sure you'll I'm sure you guys will see what happened, but I'll bring you up to date in a second or two because Arsenal are on the attack here. Saka to Aubameyang, and then back to Granit Xhaka. Now Helneny, midway inside the Burnley half. Willian in a bit of space. Maybe Taylor and McNeil need to close him down a bit more quicker. Bellerin, back to Willian on the right-hand side. Bellerin just looks like a rabbit in the headlights. Doesn't want to try and cross the ball. Here's Willian again. Back in field once more to Helneny. Burnley have got 2 bags of 4 behind the ball here. They've got about 8 to 9 players back behind the ball, making it difficult for Arsenal. Offside the decision there against one of the Arsenal lads. And a free kick. I think it was Saka who just strayed offside on the near side. And a free kick to Burnley, which they'll be happy about with 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. There's been a second goal at Leicester, who are just a little bit ahead of us. Jamie Vardy, after 41 minutes, just in again with his second assist there. And Vardy doing what Jamie Vardy does best, tapping home. So it's looking good for Leicester at the moment. And Brighton really can't afford to drop points because they're just hovering above the bottom 3 themselves. Graham Potter's side. Most controversially at home to Southampton last weekend. And now losing it very heavily, it looks like, against Leicester, who really do need a couple of good victories to get them going. Already qualified for the Europa League knockout stages as group winners, quite easy group winners, Brendan Rodgers' side. Brady has it on the left-hand side for Burnley. Crossing down and a shot from Rodriguez, which was charged away. He might fall for Brownhill, 25 yards from goal. Lowton has possession. Lowton now just has to play the ball backwards. Just play the ball backwards if you need. Benby will take it on halfway. He'll find Dwight McNeil now. Will he have a run at them here? This is where Dwight McNeil really needs to get into his own. Brady has just gone to the left-hand side from his starting position on the right. From his usual position on the right. Now, McNeil has it on the left. Wisely goes backwards again to Benby. Burnley, no lover of reputations. They will play their own game. There's no doubt about that. They will be patient. 3 minutes to go to half-time. Pope has possession. 10 yards outside his penalty area. Hoists a long kick forward towards the left, where Taylor was lurking, but so too was Hector Bellerin. Here's Gabriel picking the ball up, finding Xhaka rather. Now Tierney on the far side. And a good ball now. Saka's got a bit of space on the left-hand side. Tarkowski having to come across. Lowton heads out of his ground as that ball is whipped in there. McNeil safely gets the header out for a corner. Does the right thing. But it will invite Arsenal pressure. But Dwight McNeil there with an Arsenal player hovering towards the right of the penalty area. Did exactly the right thing. Got it out of play. And it will be a corner kick to the Gunners. Struggling to break down this stubborn but very, very tough Burnley defence. Stubborn and tough Burnley defence. 0-0 here at the Emirates. Lacazette's missed the best chance for Arsenal as that ball comes in. And we'll take it easily there by Nick Pope. Olympiacos won his 6-0 at Lamia in the Greek League. So Scorpio, my good friend from Trevor Sports, will be happy. Meanwhile, back here, we've got an injury to James Tarkowski. Clash of heads there with Gabriel. The saving grace really for Tarkowski really is that I don't think they need to do too many things hasty. They haven't got a good substitute, so let's have a look at what they've got on the bench. Not got much in the way of defenders, only Peters and Long, and they're about as much use as anything else, them two. So Eric Peters at Leicester at the start of the season, and he was absolutely despicable, really, conceded a silly own goal. And it really was a bad one there. And the last thing Burnley need right now are Jack Cork and Dale Stevens. I found out why Dale Stevens hasn't been around the squad for a long time. He has been injured. And James Tarkowski, the tough nut that he is, will be fine. The only saving grace really is that I think he can manage until half-time and then they can get him sorted out in the 15 minutes. But he's up and on his feet and look at him. He's like directing traffic. He's... it takes a lot for him to be moved by things as Dick Pope takes the ball from the referee. The drop ball from the referee. Tarkowski will be asked to come back on, which Graham's got duly waves him on. So Burnley back up to their full complement of 11. I mean, had a few seconds down to 10 men. Meanwhile, what a good interception that was from Benby. albeit he didn't know much about it. It was a through ball from Lacazette that looked to be going towards Aubameyang, but Ben Mee with a back heel there. I don't think he knew much about it there, but he got it away and Burnley scrambled it to safety. Throw it to Arsenal, it's deep inside Burnley territory. Bellerin plays it to Xhaka. Xhaka now back to Gabriel. We've played the 45 minutes. We'll have a look at the stoppage time. We'll tell you exactly in a moment how much there will be at the end of the first half. I would have said about a minute. I think I'm going to guess a minute. We played 10 seconds into that stoppage time as the ball's worked in there. And as I thought, I guess right, 1 minute. And I'm very pleased that they've come to the same conclusion. Burnley nil, or Arsenal nil rather, Burnley nil. This is Willian now for the Gunners. The Gunners of Arsenal. Plays it in there. Saka might line up the shot, he does, but it's charged away again. Not for the first time there by Josh Brown, who has had a magnificent match, not just from an attacking point of view, but a defensive point of view. Been not afraid on more than one occasion to put his body on the line. 20 seconds of stoppage time to go. I should also stress it's a minimum of 1 minute. Lawton kicks the ball away into touch. Best place for it to be. Waste a couple more seconds. Burnley will want to get in at half-time at 0-0. We will take a 10-15 minute break and then return with the second half commentary. And Rodriguez just hooks it out. Play, and there goes the half-time whistle. Well, it's not been a classic first half for Arsenal. And there's been another goal, just to remind you, at Leicester. James Maddison, Perez playing the ball into Vardy, back heel to Maddison, and he curled the shot beautifully home there past stranded Matt Ryan up at Brighton, up at Leicester, but at the Emirates. I think Burnley will be quite pleased with their performance in the first half. It's very strong defensively. Missed a great chance early on in the first half through Chris Wood from six yards out. Should have scored for me at the moment. And also a big chance by Lacazette. Robbie Brady harshly booked, I thought, with an incident with Saka, who, if you're going to book one, you book the other, as far as I'm concerned. It was one of the harshest yellow cards I think I've seen all season. I'm sure the Arsenal fans will disagree with me on that, but that's the way I see things at the moment. But we're going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to stock up on refreshment, and then we'll be back with the second half. So I'm off to see if they sell any Bovril here at the Emirates Stadium. And whilst I go and do that, you go and get yourself a nice cup of tea and rejoin me in around about 10 minutes. With the scoreline here at the Emirates, good news at the moment for the Clarets. They're on course for a very good point. Arsenal nil, Burnley nil. Welcome back to the Emirates Stadium. JB in the commentary box here as we await the re-emergence of the two teams. Plenty of great football coming up next week as well. The midweek fixtures for the first time this season. We'll hopefully have 3 of those games covered. We'll let you know probably tomorrow what games they're going to be doing, but we're hoping to show 3 midweek and hopefully show another 2 next weekend as well. So I'll do another 2 next weekend as well. But we are really looking forward to this second half. A few supporters there. Of course, socially distanced as it always is the case these days. As we wait for the teams to re-emerge. Remember, Leicester lead 3-0 at half-time. Maddison, Vardy, and in fact, I think Maddison's got 2 of them. Not Barnes, certainly Vardy got the second one anyway, but it's 3-0 at half-time anyway. And they're going well at the moment. Russ is across that one in the torrential rain there for us. The goals from the teams are back out in the tunnel, as I say. So we're all set to go in the second half for referee Paul Tierney. No half-time changes as far as I can see. It's the same 22 that began the match at the start. Arsenal in red and white to get us underway. They're going to attack the goal to my left. Burnley going towards the clock end in the second half. And away we go then. Arsenal get us away as Holding hits the long ball forward up towards Aubameyang, but the ball runs out of play. So let me just remind you of the 2 lineups in a second or two of Arsenal against Burnley from the Emirates Stadium. It's not been a bad first half for everybody, really, but that's been tough all the way around. 2,000 inside the Emirates Stadium, incidentally, for this match tonight. And it is the Graham Scott, the referee. I do apologise. I'm just looking at the statistic there. 171 at Highbury, Emirates 178 from 271. Both played 271 games at Highbury, 271 Emirates. And they've got a better win percentage, funnily enough, Arsenal at home in the Emirates than they do in the same amount of games they played at Highbury, which is quite an interesting statistic. Anyway, we're over on the far side. We'll bring you up to date with the 2 lineups in just a second. This is David Luiz back to Willian, and the flag duly goes up on the far side. Ben B sort of volleyballs almost like a volleyball fist, punches that away, almost volleyball style. And a 3 kick it is to the Clarets. Right, let me remind you of the 2 lineups, shall I? Arsenal, Leno in goal, Bellerin, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney. And then Elneny, Xhaka and Willian with Lacazette, Saka and Aubameyang. Burnley, Nick Pope in goal, Matt Lowton, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee and Charlie Taylor. Robbie Brady, Ashley Westwood, Josh Brownhill and Dwight McNeil. And Jay Rodriguez and Chris Wood, the men up front for the Clarets. On the bench for Arsenal, we've got Runnison, Ceballos, Maitland-Niles, Mustafi, Willock, Nketiah and Smith-Rowe. I'll just break off for a second because Burnley are on the attack here with Westwood stabbing the ball forward and he goes down. Referee says no. I thought that was a foul there. Graham Scott again. Getting that wrong. And the referee, I think, I thought he'd stop the play then, but no free kick given. It's a free kick for me. Just to go through the Clarets bench, Peacock Farrell, the goalkeeper, Ashley Barnes, Eric Peters, Mattia Vedra, Kevin Long, the centre-back, Jimmy Dunn, and Josh Benson, whose last 2 games have actually yielded some very encouraging performances. Referee, as I say, Graham Scott of Oxford. He's assisted tonight by Neil Davis and Richard West. 4th officials, David Coote. VAR, if required, will be the man in charge of that one is David Coote, and he's assisted by Nick Hopton. And we're up and ready. Arsenal at 15th place at the start of play with 13 points. Worst start since the 1981-82 season, when Terry Neal was the manager in those days. Burnley 18th, starting the day 18th with 6 points. Haven't won in well over 40 years at either Highbury or the Emirates in league competition. They've had a couple of minor cup We've had a couple of Carabao wins. Most recent, of course, December 2008, when 2 goals from Kevin MacDonald knocked Arsenal at the what was then known the Carling Cup, now of course known as the Carabao Cup competition. As we're now into the 48th minute of the game, 3rd minute of the second half, one ball forward, but left by Holding quite wisely there for goalkeeper Bert Leno. I was off air and I heard someone say that Arsenal have only yielded 2 goals from their last 6 games in the Premier League, when they scored 4 against Dundalk the other night in Dublin, but really the performance was still below par on what they should be expecting to do here at the Emirates Stadium. I remember it when it was the Rumbelows Cup, so what are you talking about? Anyway, I'm joking. Anyway, back to the game, and the ball threaded back to Bert Leno. 0-0 if you just joined us. 2 big chances for either side. One early in the first half when Chris Wood missed the target from 6 yards out of 3-header. And then Lacazette had a shot saved from point-blank range by Nick Pope, and he might be a worker here. And Tierney hits the shot, and he hit it so well, but Nick Pope, lightning fast down to his right-hand side, got the ball. Not only did he get the ball or save the shot, he grabbed the ball and clutched it into his chest as well. It was magnificent goalkeeping. Aubameyang coming away, and really they didn't pick up Tierney. I thought Benmy was very slow to come out there, but having said that, Nick Pope here has just performed more heroics in that Burnley goal, and he's looking a very cool customer in that Clarets goal. Who needs Tom Eaton at the moment? Unfortunately for poor old Tom, he can't get in a Villa side because of the form of Martinez. Chris is on. Don't forget, while we're on the subject of Chris, he says good evening. Good evening to you, Chris. Don't forget, after this match tonight, he'll be hopefully premiering the 3rd episode of the Raven West Formula One series with Trevor Sports in commentating mode as the great Trevor Walker, one of the best voices, I think, in Formula One. So don't forget to join Trevor and Chris for episode 3 of Raven West as the header comes in from Aubameyang from the penalty spot. But again, very tame header and an easy one, really, for Nick Pope. And Pope's clearance is a good one. Wood chests it down nicely here into Papa Westwood. And he's looking for some support and some willing runners. And we might get one here in Dwight McNeil and Charlie Taylor as well on the left-hand side. 0-0. Still Burnley holding on in there. Even if they come away with a 0-0 tonight or a point, that's nothing to be sniffed at. Last time these two teams met was at Turf Moor back in February, where it finished goalless as well. Burnley certainly had chances that day as well to finish Arsenal off. Arsenal have had 3 on target now to Burnley's none, but that doesn't tell the overall story of the game. And here comes Willian now to cross, and a chance here for Saka, and again straight at Pope, who sort of flaps it away, and then Tarkowski gets the ball back, and it's a corner kick. And, well, it goes without saying, Chris, we'll always plug everybody's channels. We plug Trevor's channel a lot, and don't forget, if you haven't seen the video with Trevor Sports, me praising him for the subscribers, watch it. And, of course, we've got links to Chris's channel in that video as well a little bit later on as that ball comes in there, and, of course, Russ's channel as well. And I'm right, Russ sent us a very good video, which I think you might watch, praising me and Trevor for giving him opportunities as well. And as I say, Raven West coming up right after the football here is finished here at the Emirates Stadium. 3-0 to Leicester in the other match against Brighton. 0-0 here, but it's Arsenal now laying siege. Tierney with another good cross. Another dangerous cross. Flamengo have gone 3 up in the Brazilian Premier League against Santos. Luiz with the 3rd one after 63 minutes. Luke Caton is our European football expert. He's got great knowledge for a youngster. I think he'll take over JB Sports commentary from me when he's older. I think he's got the quality. We haven't heard from Trevor tonight. I'm sure we'll hear from him at some point. Don't forget, we've got plenty of midweek games coming up. We might show an earlier game on Wednesday night, and then we don't collide with Trevor Sports. Trevor's channel, by the way, is on Wednesday, and I'll be in the box for a virtual sports night, Premier League sports night, where the big game on that will be Liverpool against Tottenham, but I'm not going to give you any spoilers. All you'll know is you'll hear my dulcet tones. Anyway, free kick for a foul by Westwood on Aubameyang on halfway. They've taken it quickly, Arsenal, trying to show a little bit of urgency. Bellerin now played in there towards Aubameyang. Aubameyang's shot gets a deflection and it zooms over the bar for an Arsenal corner. Arsenal just, I have to say, is I've just turned up the power. It's a good block, actually, from Tarkowski, although on another day that might have crept in that near right-hand post, but Burnley riding their luck here. 53 minutes gone. It's all Arsenal at the moment. And Burnley will do well here to keep Arsenal out for as long as they have done. Arsenal showing a little bit of real spirit and real commitment here. It's got to be said. Tierney now. Oh, he's whipped Rodriguez and he gets the good cross back there, the former Celtic man. And oh, dear me, Arsenal had not one but 2 goals at the Cherry. But Dwight McNeil hooked it out for a corner. Holding was in there. Let's have a look at it again on the replay while I'm looking at it again. Here's Holding, or rather Tierney with the cross. And then I think it was Gabriel who had the first step. It rebounded off the side of his body and just didn't fall for Holding. And they both stay forward for the back as that corner comes in. Another corner now. Arsenal really laying siege now. El Neni finds Aubameyang who chips it into the danger zone. May winning the first header. And that's calmly done back to Nick Pope as well, who gets hold of the loose ball inside his penalty area and relieves a lot of danger there for the Clarets. And there was the cross from Bellerin. That's what I wanted to see more of, really, from Hector Bellerin. And if you were watching Arsenal Fan TV last week, DT was very scary in his criticism. Gave him a 0 in the marking on there last night. And well, here's a chance now for Willian. Burnley are all over the place at the back. And again, last-ditch challenge, and Ben Mee was there. Paul was out of his ground, and I think it was Aubameyang who was right in there in the 6-yard box. It was either him or Lacazette, but one of the two. But Ben Mee got there first on the line. If he doesn't get there, and then McNeil and Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka would do well to keep his mouth shut here. The game is boiling over. Arsenal getting frustrated, and I'm afraid it's Granit Xhaka here has got to be booked for his reaction. That was stupid from the Arsenal man. Absolutely stupid. Arsenal really do not do themselves favours. And Robbie Brady, I don't know who's being called over. Westwood's been called over. I hope he's calling Granit Xhaka over because I think he deserves a booking, at least for this. Because he started all the trouble as far as I'm concerned, and the booking quite rightly given by Graham Scott, the referee. And I think that's the correct decision. Granit Xhaka was looking for trouble there. He's frustrated. He's given away a free kick, but he had no need. He had no need at all to react in the way that he did. That was despicable. It was stupid. And on another day, a referee might have seen red. Let's have a look at it again. Well, it's definitely a yellow card. That's for sure. McNeil quite rightly frustrated by it. Xhaka's challenge was horrible. It was stupid. It was petulant. And it was downright disgraceful. And then the theatrics afterwards when he snapped back at McNeil was just uncalled for. Jay Rodriguez has just gone off, by the way. Not really had much of a kick-up feel, really, today. Wood has had the chance that's come Burnley's way, but he's missed that. Well, oh, now then, violent conduct. Oh, now, Granit, now they're checking here VAR. David Coote, now this could be a red card. They're checking for a VAR, and if this happens to be a red card, and it's actually Westwood here. I didn't see this. He's got Westwood by the neck. It's got to be sent off, surely. It has to be sent off. Surely VAR have to check this now. David Coote has to make the decision. He's got to upgrade it, show it to the red here. Graham Scott will go over to the monitor down below me now. If this is a red card, we have sensational developments. The scoreline is 0-0. I didn't see the incident with Westwood, but he certainly strangled Westwood there with the neck. Watch this. Look at him. He's almost strangled the lad. That is disgraceful. Granit Xhaka should be sent off for that. And if the referee doesn't send him off, then this will be a disgrace. It will be an absolute disgrace. Xhaka has clearly lost his head. Now then, is he upgrading the card? He's got to, surely. He's got to, surely. He has to go to his back pocket. Oh, I think he's calling him across. He's calling him across. It's going to be upgraded to a red card! A red card for Granit Xhaka! And it was the correct decision! The correct decision from the VAR referee! David Coote has made the correct decision! And Graham Scott had no option! Granit Xhaka deservedly goes! It was stupid. It was petulant. And he deserves everything he gets. And he can kick the water bottle in disgust if all he cares. He's only himself to blame. And that was a clear red card. And Burnley now, this was ridiculous. Xhaka had no need to do that. First of all, he gets Westwood by his shirt and then strangles the guy. That is despicable. Granit Xhaka deserves to go in the back. Meanwhile, Burnley have a chance at the other end. It might fall for Tarkowski. Can't get it under control. And Ashley Barnes, in all that excitement, has come on for Jay Rodriguez, and Burnley have got a numerical advantage. Here's Dwight McNeil, who's won the free kick initially, which led to all the trouble. And Burnley get a corner. Wow. I mean, Nick, I've just seen if you've seen what I've just seen, that was a borderline assault from Granit Xhaka. Absolutely disgraceful from the Arsenal player. And the referee was right, in my opinion, to waive the red card on television evidence, on VAR. Oh, I will try and come up to where, but Burnley have got a corner. The trouble is Burnley have a corner and a chance to go ahead. Here comes the corner into the penalty area, and May was in there. And another chance goes begging. Oh, if May had just got a percentage of a head on that, that might have been the first goal. It was a wonderful corner from Ashley Westwood. It really was. Barnes was up there, and May just needed an extra number 10 percentage there on the header, and that would have been 1-0. And off comes Alexander Lacazette. Danny Ceballos has come on. He's had a poor game. Lacazette should have scored in the first half, but with his only chance. But he's not really performed as well. So Arsenal now have got half an hour to play with 10 men, and Burnley will be absolutely delighted about this. Oh, the blood pressure. Everyone's loving my reaction to that. It was a red card. I don't think there was any doubt about that. VAR was correct. And VAR in recent weeks has been criticised for not getting to the correct decision. Tonight, you cannot criticise it because it was the correct decision. I mean, there's an old phrase, the camera never lies, and David Coote was never going to say, don't upgrade it to a red. He was never going to say that. And Graham Scott, to his credit, and I've given him a little bit of stick for him tonight, really. I mean, booking Brady was a real piece of poor refereeing for me in the first half. But look at this. Most red cards since Arteta's come to the club. Arsenal 7, 5 other teams they played against 3. Shows how indisciplined Arsenal really are. And they do lose their heads. And we've seen that at first hand tonight here at the Emirates Stadium. 0-0 is the score. Arsenal playing with 10 men. Oh, and that's a foul. That will be a professional foul there on one of the Arsenal players. There's Ceballos, who's making a bit of a meal of it. And then Willian is just telling the referee, come on, get him booked. I don't know. I think Ceballos is looking for that a little bit. This, no yellow card, quite rightly given. I think a free kick was about right. I don't think it was that bad, but it was definitely a red card there for Granit Xhaka. It's one of the worst. It's violent conduct, and I'm glad that David Coote had the sense to bring that up and bring it to Graham Scott's attention, because I must admit, I didn't see it at first, and I've got because I was too busy getting pent up about the shenanigans with Dwight McNeil after McNeil was fouled quite viciously. I felt on another day Xhaka could have gone for the tackle alone. Now looking at it 2 or 3 times, but he got the ultimate punishment, and he got his ultimate comeuppance. So Xhaka quite rightly sent off. Burnley playing with 11 men compared to Arsenal's 10. Arsenal will still have. Troops is going mad right now. Arsenal need big Sam Allardyce. Well, they might do at this rate. Arteta's job's under threat. There was reports before tonight's game that if he didn't win this one, that Stan Kroenke might have to push the panic button. I don't think one FA Cup and a Community Shield is going to buy Arteta any time. Burnley now can relax a little bit with 10 men, but a guy ball there from Brady. Can Barnes keep it in? Yes, he can. Well played. In fact, it was Chris Wood. Well played, Chris Wood. Lowton has it on the right-hand side. Burnley keeping possession really well. Now, will Brady measure up across? Can't find Barnes, unfortunately. But, well, this will boost Burnley's ego and confidence now, knowing that they're playing against 10 men and against a side who have completely lost their heads. And they came for a battle, Burnley. They've certainly given themselves that. And And you've got to say, as Tarkowski gives away a needless free kick, really, to Arsenal, but it's a good free kick to give away in a lot of respects. But, well, there is also been good enough, Newcastle. It's not tonight's match that he's going to lose. He's judged on. It's the whole season as a whole. I mean, 13 points from, I think it's something like 11 games this season. The worst start to a season in over 30-odd years. 37, 38 years. Well, it's not good enough for an Arsenal side who've got over £300 million worth of talent. And they are talented players. We'll just come back to the Emirates in a second as the cross comes in there and headed away by Lawton. Arsenal will still come and press with 10 men. There's no doubt about that. Referee plays on. There was a foul there by Barnes, but the referee quite rightly playing on here. And the shot coming in from the near side there. I think it was Aubameyang with the shot palmed away there by Nick Pope. Burnley back on the back foot a little bit. The 10 men going forward. Here's Willian now. Cross into the penalty area. Ben Mee does well. 25 to play. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. Leicester have gone. In fact, there was no goal at Leicester. It's still 3-0 to Leicester. No goals, but both teams giving it a good go in the second half, reports Russ. Meanwhile, here at the Emirates, it's all kicked off here. Arsenal's 10th corner. Red card for Granit Xhaka. Can Burnley hold on in there? That's a poor corner, and Pope didn't deal with it well, and in the end, Pope got him out of jail there. That's the first mistake Pope has made in the match so far. The cross comes in, turned away by Brownhill. The cross from the far side by Willian, and it's out of play. And, well, if you listen, honestly, it's absolutely, it's bedlam here. For 0-0, it's been absolutely littered with talking points, this game. Definite red card for Granit Xhaka, given on VAR advice, when he basically strangled Ashley Westwood there. And Granit Xhaka's got a very bad reputation. He had it when he was playing in German football 7 years ago, when he would get sent off a lot of the time. But that's the 7th red card since Arteta has been in charge with Arsenal. And that's been nearly a year now. It's just not good enough. The discipline in the Arsenal ranks. Ashley Barnes has taken that down on the chest. Found Westwood, whose turn finds Brady. Brady now will take the ball, hugging that touchline. Takes on Ceballos. Back to Westwood. Burnley now just need to be patient. They don't need to do anything silly. Westwood gets the ball into the penalty area, looking towards Wood, but Rob Holding got a good header on that. Lowton now wins possession. And look at Ashley Barnes. Look at Westwood now. Nice turn of pace. Or whatever it was, Brownhill, sorry. And here's Ben Mee. Will he have a shot? He will. Ben Mee! He caught that one well with the left foot there, Ben Mee. If that had sailed in, that would have been the best goal of his life from the Burnley captain. He scored an important goal at Crystal Palace, of course, last season to win 1-0 against the Eagles at Selhurst Park. I think if he'd have nailed that from 25, 30 yards, I think it would have topped that for sure. Would have been the best goal of his career. But it was straight in the arms of Bernd Leno. And here come Burnley again. Oh, what a nice ball that is into the Barnes from Ashley Barnes now. Now here comes Brady, right-hand side. Not for crossing, but just a little bit too high for Chris Wood. And Arsenal get away again with a goal kick. 66 gone. Arsenal 0, Burnley 0. But Burnley now, with the man advantage, just starting to crank up the power a little bit here. This was the chance for Ben Mee. Got it nicely onto his left foot, and he struck it well, gliding through the air. But Leno was right behind the shot. In the Netherlands, it's in the Dutch league. It's FC 21. AZ Alkmaar 2. Pereira with a goal with 17 minutes from the end. Penalty, a call penalty, putting it back to 2-1. Still Leicester 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Here at the Emirates Stadium, no goals, but we've certainly not been short of talking points here on the game tonight. Here comes the ball from Taylor. Taylor going forward, and again, Wood really charging in there. I didn't. Well, it's well cut out there. The through ball there by Dwight McNeil on the far side. Arsenal get a throw. Remember, they're playing with 10 men. Granit Xhaka losing his head again and being sent off on advice from David Coote at Stockley Park. Now then, Burnley, even a point here against 10 men it's not a shabby result. When you look at the talent that Arsenal have on paper, this is actually a good result if they can hold on in there. But here's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the goalkeeper off his line. But Aubameyang, he tried to chip Nick Pope, couldn't achieve it. And Nick Pope, to his credit, flicks it out for a corner. And in fact, the flag had got up in any case for offside. So Pope's heroics wouldn't have counted for much anyway. He was just about a yard off as the ball was played in there. There we go. So still 0-0 here. 22 minutes to go. And a nice ball forward now. We'll get on the end of it. He might just get on the end of it, Wood, but it was handed out. Barnes then tries the shot left-footed. It sails over the bar. But Burnley just starting to creep into this a bit more. They're making life very difficult for Arsenal now that they're a man light at the moment, holding there, having difficulty there with Wood. Nice hold-up play. Wayward off target there from Barnes, but still encouraging signs here for the Clarets with just shy of 20 minutes left to go. And Matty Vidra, who's got pace to burn this fella, and when he gets the chance, he usually takes his chance. This might be a night that's tailor-made for Matty Vidra's pace. And when I've seen him play for Burnley, like we did at Southampton last week when he started, he really showed what he was all about. So we've had 20 minutes. We've got 20 minutes of this to go, plus stoppage time. Oh, we haven't. And in amongst all that excitement, we better start the voting a bit later than usual for JB Man in the Match. Usual formula, name of the player you want to see win it, and then you hashtag it with the hashtag JBMLTM, please. So we're going to do that for 20 minutes. I forgot all about that in the excitement of all the mayhem of the red card and everything else. So Man in the Match is now open for the next 20 minutes. Name of the player, and then JBMLTM, and whoever gets the most votes at the end of 90 minutes will be crowned our winner. Here comes Charlie Taylor on the far side. He goes down. The referee is going to book an Arsenal player. Yes, Bellerin. Foul. Johnny on the spot, Mr. Scott. Here's the replay. Yep. Got the man. Absolutely got the man here. The ball had gone. And Bellerin knew exactly what he was doing. Burnley have got a set piece. Tarkowski's the choice of Russ Vernon. He's also got a feed of the game from Leicester as well on his monitor. He's got two monitors at Leicester, plus a laptop. So he's watching along with us as well as reporting on Leicester. They're still 3-0 up, by the way. Nothing's changed at the King Power. Russ will let you know if there's any more developments there, but it looks like Leicester getting 3 points. Burnley have a free kick here on the left-hand side. Here comes the free kick. Westwood swings it in. Oh, and it's centered over that bar. I think it might have been Bellerin. He almost put through his own net, I think. That was too close for comfort for the Arsenal there. Oh, I'll tell you what, on another day, that might have been an own goal. Bellerin, very lucky. Gave away a free kick and nearly gave away an own goal, but it's as good as a corner. It's good as a free kick. It's a corner. Westwood can really swing him in on the goalkeeper. There's a player gone down here. There's a clash of heads. Tarkowski involved, and I'm trying to make out who the other one is. I think it's El Neni. Now, what happened here? I didn't see the incident. I just saw the two players lying on the deck. Let's have a look again. I was watching the corner being taken. Oh, that's a penalty. I think that's a foul on Tarkowski. I think El Neni, that's violent conduct. He puts Tarkowski. That's a penalty. It's got to be a penalty. VAR have to look at this. It's a penalty, surely. VAR's checking. I think we're going to have more drama here. Look, that's a foul. That's a penalty, surely. It's got to be a penalty. And not only that, a second red card perhaps for El Neni. It's violent conduct. He's hit Tarkowski on the face. It's got to be a red card and a penalty, surely, to Burnley. And if it is the case, which I'm sure he will, he's only booked him. I think he's only booked him. But I think he's got to give him a penalty for that, surely. And if he had, that's got to be a spot kick, if anything else. If he's committed a foul, then it's got to be a penalty, surely. They've got to check it. No, he's not going to allow a penalty. Well, answers on a postcard, please. Here comes the corner. He's got it anyway. It's just Burnley for Burnley. Not only got it scored at the Emirates Stadium, and Burnley lead, and Arsenal are really, really, really on the rack now. It is Arteta's job on the line. They're in big, big trouble now. Burnley lead at 10-man Arsenal. And what a boost of the season for the Clarets this could be if they hang on to win here. 73 minutes gone. Brownhill coming in at the near post. And Burnley going to the lead. In fact, it's an own goal. It's an own goal by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Oh, my goodness me. It's birthday. It's Burnley's birthday. Christmas, New Year's Eve, all rolled into one. Burnley lead at the Emirates. And Bellerin has been substituted. Oh. Maitland-Niles has come on. I can't believe what I've just witnessed here the last 20 minutes. Burnley have taken the lead. Oh, my goodness me, the last man. Oh, Peter Noble, 1975. Remember, 1974-5, remember that. 1974, Peter Noble scored the winner at Highbury to win the game. That was the last game Burnley won at Arsenal. In those days, it was Highbury or Arsenal. On course to history to repeat itself here for nearly 40-odd years on. Burnley have deserved it. They've been better since the red card. But I still think El Neni should have been sent off. I think he's lucky to still have a yellow card against his name. But Arsenal have lost their discipline. They've lost their heads. And now Aubameyang's put through his own net. And I tell you what, if Burnley win tonight, Arsenal Fan TV will be in meltdown, I tell you. Meltdown! Burnley deserve to be in front. 15 minutes to go. Burnley could be getting out of the bottom three. All Burnley have to do now for 15 minutes with stoppage time is keep their heads on like this commentator here. I've totally lost mine. Burnley 1-0 up. Here we go again. Don't forget the Man of the Match award. Don't forget the Man of the Match award. Name of the player, please, and hashtag it with the words with JBMLTM. One vote so far for James Tarkowski. Don't all this excitement. We forgot to set it at the usual 60th minute mark with everything that was going on, the shenanigans and everything else. And here comes Robbie Brady. Arsenal giving the ball away. Brady now plays it towards the edge of the area. Burnley don't need to do anything steady now. Lowton plays the ball in, and almost a second one there. And in goes McNeil, and Maitland-Niles surely has fouled McNeil there. Surely has fouled McNeil. Maitland-Niles protests his innocence, but the free kick was correctly given, in my opinion, from Graham Scott, who's now having a really good second half. He was a bit dodgy in the first half, but I have to say Graham Scott's refereed it very, very well. Oh, well, if Burnley get a second one here, we'll be in heaven. Against all the odds. Okay, we're playing against 10 men, but this would really put Arteta's job well and truly in the quagmire here. Ashley Westwood put in a great corner for the goal that separates the side. And he's done it again and almost worked again. This time Brownhill got a flick at the near post. It comes to... Oh, funny. It just got in for a second bend of Charlie Taylor, all people, with a left-footed shot. Oh, I can't. I'm not a player, Russ. I'm not a player. You've already voted anyway for Tarkowski. Here's the left-footed shot. It hit El Neni, of all people, and bounced away. It will be a Burnley corner. McNeil will take it from the other side. I'll tell you what, I think that's going in from Charlie Taylor. The ex-Leeds man almost putting Burnley into dreamland here. Burnley are still alive and very much kicking. They're one up and have got a corner. And can they get a second one? 0-0 at Barcelona against Levante. There's been booze there as the ball comes in. Oh, and there was a chance there. I think it was Ben Mee, the captain, White in there, and as well there was Tarkowski in there as well. The ball's gone wide, and then to running back Usain Bolt style to get into their defensive positions, because Arsenal now have really got to come out here. Aubameyang is JB's. Well, we'll get you forgot the hashtag it, but we'll let you off because you did put JB MLTM too. So Aubameyang. Wow. A strange choice too for man in a match. Mind you, he's just scored Burnley. He's put Burnley in the lead, so I'm not going to complain. Anyway, it's Vidra on the right-hand side. Vidra now. Just don't do anything daft now, Burnley, for the last sort of 13 minutes for stoppage time. James Tarkowski and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Amazingly, I've voted each for a man in a match. Leon are leading at PSG. That's a bit of a shock there. Here comes Charlie Taylor down the left-hand side. Burnley now with real confidence now. The play looks superb. They were brilliant against Everton, deserve more than the point they got. They might do better here. Oh, and Holding nearly pointing through his own net. And another teasing cross from Dwight McNeil. He's been magnificent tonight, McNeil. It's probably the best game I've seen from him this season. Arsenal, unlike Arsenal, Burnley have surely risen to the occasion. And if they can get another one, oh my goodness me, Arsenal then will be absolute, oh my goodness. I can't wait to watch the Arsenal Fan TV reaction after the Wavering West video. You'll see it after this match. Yes, I thought you might have done so. Anyway, corner kick comes in. Westwood into the penalty area, and it misses everyone and goes out of play with another cracking delivery again from Ashley Westwood. However, it's an Arsenal goal kick. 11 minutes left, plus stoppage time to play. Honestly, Newcastle, vote for one of the 22 players on the field. Don't vote for me. I know I'm providing great commentary at the moment. I'm providing great drama for you all. But I'm not out there kicking the balls. I'm kicking every ball in the commentary, but I'm not out there performing out there on the field. Burnley is certainly putting the... I will watch it a little bit later on tonight. I think it's worth watching. But don't forget, don't go to Arsenal Fan TV afterwards. Wait until you've seen the latest Raven West video from Chris Whiteman. That'll be coming out after we're finished around about sort of like 9:15 this evening. So don't forget to tune in and give Chris your support. It's a very good series. I think that's a series that you like to watch, New Kate, and I hope you. That's on Chris's channel, and of course Trevor's helping out there with the commentary. Trevor Walker is as bonkers as I am at the moment when he does the commentary. I must admit, I was standing up when that goal went in and jumping up and raising my fists and everything. And I make no apologies, by the way. If there's any Arsenal fans in there, sorry, Mike, I make no apologies for this. And I tell you what, if Burnley hang on in there, all those injustices that Arsenal got, 2007, 2016, when they won with the hand of Koscielny, 2017 here, when he won with a very dodgy penalty decision given against, I forget who, Ben Mee, I think, when Arsenal were looking for a penalty and got one at the end. And also 2017, again, later that year when Ramsey, Ramsey clearly dived to win a penalty, which they should have got when Burnley should have had a draw out of that game. All those injustices, if Burnley hang on to win, all those injustices will be paid back in full. And it's Burnley will get what they truly and utterly deserve. They should have won at Turf Moor last season back in February when the last time these two sides met. But they ended up drawing 0-0. Tonight they're 1-up, but they're now having to defend here because Saka's on the break here for Arsenal. Left-hand side. Burnley have brought 4, 5, 6 players back. Aubameyang plays a nice little ball in there. But again, Charlie Taylor holds firm. Stops Ceballos from going anywhere further and does really well. I tell you what, all 11 men plus substitutes for Burnley that have taken the field are playing like heroes. All the 14 players that have been out on the field tonight, starting 11 plus substitutes, have all put a great shift in. Even the 2 subs that have come on up front, Barnes and Vidra, they've done a sterling job and they're helping out in the defence. Shot comes in from about 30 yards from Gabriel, a typical centre-back sort of finish. And why to the target? I've got a memory like a sieve, says Sue. Have you tried racing commentary? No, I wouldn't want to do racing commentary. Not the Grand National, because the Grand National, you've got 40 runners every race, and we're going to see Eddie Nketiah now come on for Willian as Arteta now is desperate now to get, well, probably a point. But at the moment, his job is well and truly on the line. And I'd like to know, I tell you what, Mike will have dodged a bullet because he wouldn't have lived it down if he'd have been on with me tonight. Honestly, sorry, Mike. And he wants me to do a podcast tomorrow. I might just change my mind and do it now and really rub the noses in it. Only joking, Mike. Burnley winning 1-0. A swing stand will replace bottom Formula One. No, I couldn't go up to the standards that Trevor sets on Formula One. He's the king of Formula One. I couldn't do it. Trevor has got more knowledge of the sport than I have. I mean, I'm a keen, passionate Formula One fan, but I don't retain the knowledge that Trevor's got. So That's Trevor's baby as far as I'm concerned. Why should I muscle in on that? Sue, I'll just stick to football, cricket, and athletics and sports like that, and leave it to Trevor Walker for Formula One. It looked like a handball there against Barnes, but the referee waved it away. I have to say the referees had a great second half. And also, I've got to give credit to David Coote, certainly on the sending off. I do honestly think, now that David Coote should have also sent O'Neill off, but, we'll take one over the other, quite honestly. But Arsenal are in big trouble. Burnley made Arsenal pay doubly with that own goal. So it's all go here at the Emirates Stadium. Still 3-0 elsewhere at the King Power. That game was well over before half-time anyway. We've heard nothing from Russ in the intervening time since, as the ball played in there. And again, Nick Pope very assured with his handling. He's had a good match tonight, Nick Pope's made some very good saves. His handling has been superb. The most impressive save I've seen from Nick tonight has been that save from Tierney at the start of the second half, where he smashed it very hard inside the area. But not only has he saved it, he's held on to it with both hands, and that's a credit to him. And that's not a bad kick, actually. 3/4 of the way down the field, and Vidra almost got on the end of that before Renault played sweeper keeper. Full time in the Dutch League, FC 21, AZ Alkmaar 3. The third goal, Kuppermeijer scoring the late goal there. Aubameyang, by some fortuitous nature, as Dwight McNeil's been given Chris's man in the match. Keep voting. You've still got 6 minutes plus stoppage time to go. I think we'll take away, with all due respect, I'm not going to give it to, even if he gets the most votes tonight, I'm going to give it to a Burnley lad tonight. Aubameyang may have scored the own goal, but here comes Vidra. Oh, he almost got on the end of that on Vidra. If it comes to, I think we're going to give it to a Burnley player. We can't give it to Aubameyang just because of the own goal. We've got to give it to one of the Burnley lads. They've worked hard tonight, every one of them. I think I might just, if it ends up level on the vote, I think I might just give all the Burnley players the man in the match, but we'll see. So, taking Aubameyang out of the equation, we've got a vote by McNeil, and I think Russ had a vote somewhere, which I can't figure out. Tarkowski was the vote. So we're going to keep it just to Burnley players at the moment. We're not going to give it to Aubameyang. I know, please redo your vote. And the same goes for you, please, Sue. We can't give the goal scoring man in the match. It just doesn't feel right to me. You've got to give it to one of the Burnley lads, I think, because I think they've deserved it more than Arsenal tonight. The work rate and effort, I know it's only a bit of fun, but it is a serious thing as well. So the moment we don't dish out man in the matches quite lightly. They've got to earn them. We've got to earn them. I know it's only a bit of fun. Don't worry, Sue. I'm not complaining at the moment. Can Arsenal find a way back into this game? At the moment, it doesn't look as if they can. Here's Saka now for Arsenal. He's got a bit of room to work. Oh, and a good bit of defending again, as Nick Pope tried to get there, but Tarkowski nodding it over the bar. It was a good effort from Saka if it was a shot. It was 4 minutes to go. It's going to feel like 30. It's going to feel like 34 minutes at the moment. Over 40 years since we won at Arsenal. We're only 4 minutes away. Oh, Holding's in there. He goes down, but no way. That was a penalty in a month for Sundays. He was looking for that, and Ben Mee coolly gets it away. That was brilliant from Ben Mee. Coolness personified. Clearly got the ball. Holding desperate to put it in a Tom Daly 6.5 there to try and win a penalty, but it was never going to be given. Graham Scott, I could tell from his body language there that he wasn't going to be interested. And then Nick Pope sort of casually knocks the ball into touch, quite rightly so. Well done, Nick Pope. Couldn't afford to pick the ball up right on the edge of the area with an Arsenal player converging there, which was Nketiah. So I think he did the right thing. Yes, Chris, we'll be with you as soon as the final whistle goes. We'll be with you shortly, don't we worry. Arsenal 0, Burnley 1. The Premier of Wherever West will be with you shortly. As soon as we're finished here at the Emirates, I beg you all to go to his channel in a moment. And all you've got to do is type in Wherever West and then or type in Chris W. Sports Commentator, and you'll find his channel there. And I beg you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to his channel and hit the notification bell. And if you are a first-time listener to this, to the stream and a first-time viewer on this channel, hit the notifications as well as the subscribe button. Oh, here comes Aubameyang. This could be problems. He goes down, but he's slipped over more than a foul. And Arsenal get a throw. They're running out of time. Surely there's no way back for Arsenal here. They look aside, devoid of any ideas. The only one that's made them tick tonight is Kieran Tierney. I think he's been Arsenal's best player. Tarkowski's got Sue's man in the match. Tarkowski's got Newcastle's man in the match. So he's 3-1 up. This is the goal again from the other side. And look, it brushes off Aubameyang's head. Well, Burnley have not had the luck this season. Maybe that's the stroke of luck they deserve. Take nothing away. Forget about Arsenal's struggles. Aubameyang has scored tonight, but he scored for Burnley. Oh, well, at least he's broken his duck, but he's broken the duck for the wrong team. He's a man who's an Arsenal striker has scored for Burnley. This is sensational developments here. Burnley on course for their first win since 1974 here at Arsenal. Just 90 seconds or so away. Here comes Ceballos now through the centre. He's got Saka on the far side. Saka now will run at Charlie Taylor here. Surely now there's got to be nothing else now. Saka now. Arsenal, remember, down to 10 men. It seems such a lifetime ago since all this, but it's been so much excitement in the second half. It's been full of littered of talking points. The ball played in, and again, Pope takes it on the 6-yard line. He's really had a great game, Nick Pope. Sadly, not in the running for man in the match because obviously Tarkowski's got 3 votes and McNeil's got the other one. But I have to say, I concur with Chris. If I was to choose man in the match, I'd certainly go for McNeil. His work rate on the left-hand side, that's the best I've seen from him this season. He has really been impressive today. Mind you, everybody in dark Burnley shirts have really come to the party. Westwood chips the ball in there. Here's Barnes on the far side. They could make it even better. Frederick shoots, but he gets a deflection off Maitland-Niles, and it falls kindly for Leno. We're playing 15 seconds to go. All eyes will be on our 4th official. Stuart Atwell. Hopefully he won't give too much in the way of stoppage time. But I've got a funny feeling he might give 4 minutes, maybe even more. We've played in 90 minutes. Burnley are just... 5! Well, I don't know where he's got 5 minutes from. I don't think there was 5 minutes at all because the game's been free-flowing. I can't see where the assistant referee's giving... Well, that's a questionable one there from Stuart Atwell, the 4th official. Where's he got 5 minutes from? The VARs didn't take that long. Probably about a minute at most for both of them. Maybe 2 for one and 1 for the other. There's not been too much in the way of stoppages. I'd have said 3 or 4 minutes, not 5. No, not by a long way. So there we go. 2 minutes. Well, they've got a modest 2 minutes here at the King Power. I wish it was as easy as that for Burnley right now. What's happened here? The referee stopped play. Now, what's he giving here? Well, I think he's giving an Arsenal 3 kick midway inside the Burnley half, just to the left-hand side a bit. Yes, Sue. Quite. The mind does boggle. We played a minute of the 5. 4 left. Man in the match is now going to James Tarkowski of Burnley. Well deserved. 3 votes to 1. I think it's going to be a drop ball, but he's giving it straight to Arsenal. That's not fair. The ball played in there, but Ben Mee winning another great header. Now Burnley have just got to switch on again. The remaining 4 minutes. Holding shot. And it came off Nketiah, but it bounced very fortunately. And maybe fortune that's deserved into the path of the goalkeeper here. Holding was forward. And Nketiah turning. Well, Holding was up there as well. There's the shot. It came to Holding here. And look at that. I think Burnley's luck, dare I say it, is very much in vogue at the moment. They've earned this tonight. They've absolutely earned it. It's been very hard at times. But if they hold on and take 3 points, this is going to be the result of the year for me, as far as I'm concerned. Never seen Burnley win at Arsenal in my lifetime here, away from home. They're just 3 minutes away from doing so, and it could get even better. Brady down that far near side. Can't get the ball forward, but Brady wins the ball back again. Just go to the corners. Try and waste as much time as it's legally possible, but McNeil still loses the ball now. And here come the 10 men, charging like the charge of the Light Brigade here, going forward. In numbers, Saka's gone down. Referee will play advantage. I think that's fair enough. And in fact, he's pulled it back for an Arsenal 3 kick. He tried to play advantage. There wasn't anything forthcoming. And now Arsenal have got a 3 kick. And Nketiah looks like he's going to have a pop here. He's teeing up the ball here. This is... if Burnley don't get over the line with a win, it'll be the biggest robbery of all time. And Arsenal have robbed us too many times over the last few years for that to happen again. Surely Lightning can't strike a fourth time. Surely not. We've played nearly 3 minutes of the 5. Just 2 minutes left for the Clarice to see it out. Alcon's probably gets a good twist away. But still Arsenal have it. Ceballos, there's a Burnley player down. The referee's surely got to stop it. He's surely got to stop it. The ball's with Pope now. And he'll put the ball out. And hopefully Arsenal will be sporting enough to give the ball back to Pope. And there's a clear injury down there. I can't see who it is. Let's see who got injured here. It was Tarkowski. He's been in the walls. Oh, man of the match, Tarkowski. Full time at the King Power. Leicester City 3, Brighton 0. 2 for James Maddison and 1 from Vardy. They all came in the first half. Nick Pope, again, he's had a marvellous match. Decisive punch. Tarkowski in the walls. There's no doubt about that. That's not time wasting. That's a genuine injury. But he's okay and he's up and out of his feet. And all the socially distanced Arsenal fans are in absolute meltdown. I'm telling you, meltdown. One has put his mask over his eyes. He can't bear to watch any longer. He's had enough. He's seen enough. The man in the middle with the red mask. He's seen enough. Arteta's job, it could be, well, he's 1 minute away from possibly losing his job here, Mikel Arteta. And if the Burnley fans were there, it might be a chorus of getting sacked in the morning. His team have only picked up a paltry 13 points from something like 12 games this season. The worst start to the season since 1981-82. And it could be about to continue here. 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. Arsenal have got a free kick. They can't waste any more time. Burnley have got to get everybody back now. Sean Dyche urging everybody to get back. Ben Mee again for the umpteenth time wins another header. The ball goes out towards the left-hand side. Lowton's just got to pump it out to play, and he does so. That'll waste a few more seconds. 10 seconds to go here. 10 seconds to go for a famous Burnley victory. Arsenal Fan TV's almost in complete and utter meltdown. We played the 5 minutes. Ceballos plays the ball in, and Ben Mee wins another header. Surely not. They're going to allow the corner to be taken. We've played over the 5 minutes. Surely there's not more time left. Surely. All Burnley have to do now, the goalkeepers come forward. Burnley have just got to get ahead on it, get it as far up the field as they can, and surely Burnley will see it home. Leno is standing right on Pope's eye line as the ball comes in. It's off the line. The header off the line. And Tierney keeps it alive. The referee hasn't even checked his watch yet. And he's allowing Arsenal to carry on. The ball played in. Surely that must be it now. The referee has played 40 seconds over the time. And Vidra's just going to knock it out. Vidra's going to knock it out. And the referee has blown it all over! It's all over! Burnley have done it! Their first win at Arsenal since 1974! And what a moment that is! And what a turning point this could be in Burnley's season! Oh my days! History has been made! And you've listened to history, Burnley history, live on JB Sports tonight! The Arsenal fans summon up one or two of them. A very gentle round of applause, but I'm telling you, it is gentle. And Mikel Arteta now is a man well and truly under fire. Not even an FA Cup or a Community Shield win can save you from the bullet. And maybe his time at Arsenal as manager is surely expiring, and expiring good and proper now. The winning goal from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Midway through the second half did it. They also played with 10 men when Xhaka was sent off for violent conduct. They should have really been down to 9 men, really. Elneny was very lucky to get away with a caution. But there's a lot of Arsenal fans clearly not happy. But I'll tell you what, Burnley fans who have been watching the stream or listening to the stream will be absolutely cock-a-hoot with glee about this, because let's face it, on paper, Burnley should have been nowhere close to winning this game on paper, but who says football matches were won and lost on paper? It's won and lost on the field. James Tarkowski, the man of the match there. What a fantastic performance. Meanwhile, at Leicester, it was a bit more straightforward for Leicester tonight. 3-0 winners over Brighton. Brendan Rodgers' team back on song and back on form. And Brighton will be looking over their shoulders. They're only 2 points above Burnley now. And they're being wheeled in now. But what a performance that was from Burnley. Vardy got one. Madison got a brace. All the goals incidentally all coming in the first half. But, you have said history made here on JB Sports tonight. Well, let's give you the league tables before we leave you tonight. These are the results today. Southampton 3, Sheffield United 0. Sheffield United still without a win. Crystal Palace got a late 1-1 draw with Tottenham. Liverpool also dropped points at Fulham 1-0. Arsenal, as you just heard, beaten by Burnley and beaten very well by a goal to nil. They went down to 10 men, Arsenal, as you heard. And Leicester, no problems at all at home to Brighton. But the result of the day, no doubt, is the one at the Emirates, where Arsenal have just been beaten. And look what that means to the table. Arsenal stay 15th with only 13 points. And Burnley have crept out of the bottom three. Fulham now drop into the drop zone. They're up to that point. And it's the turning fortunes beginning to happen for Sean Dyche's men. The strong jaw is back and back with a bang. Burnley were impressive last week on JB Sports against Everton. They certainly were tonight. Tottenham are top on goal difference from Liverpool. Leicester now a point behind. Southampton up to fourth with a great victory over Sheffield United. Then Chelsea, West Ham, Everton, the Manchester clubs, and Aston Villa completed the top 10. Whew. Well, I'm absolutely out of voice. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage. It's been a cracker. And as Sue sings the last chorus to the tune of the Guantanamara, we're going to bid you a very good night with the great news from Turf Moor. Not such great news if you're an Arsenal fan. They were absolutely abysmal. But from a Burnley point of view, a bit of luck maybe on the own goal, perhaps, but when you've had a season like Burnley's had, when the luck hasn't been with them at times, sometimes luck can turn that way. And what a performance! And every player in a dark shirt for Burnley tonight has really worked their socks off. That 3 points they have truly and utterly earned. And Arsenal now will have to lick their wounds. And well, Mikel Arteta's job is well and truly on the line. Granit Xhaka will be suspended now, no doubt, for 3 matches for his petulance and his violent conduct. But forget Mikel Misery. It's Dyche Delight. As we leave you tonight, Burnley have gone there. Burnley will go to Aston Villa on Thursday, brimming with confidence, knowing that they've just beaten Arsenal in their own backyard. For the first time since 1974, Arsenal have won at Burnley and have won superbly. For our final score here at the Emirates Stadium, I can't believe I'm saying this now. It's finished. Arsenal 0. 10-man Arsenal 0. Burnley 1. Thank you for joining me. Go and join Chris now for the premiere of the Wavering Rest Formula 1 team on his channel right now. I'm off to do the same, and I'm going to rest my voice as well as I listen to Trevor Walker. But the good news here, Burnley have done it. They have beaten, not just beaten Arsenal, they've obliterated them, 10 men and all. 1 goal to 0. Thank you for listening. From me, JB, we'll see you in midweek for some more Premier League action from Premier League commentary. But until then, have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Brilliant result for the Clarets. Good night.